Time Warner Cable is pleased to be an underwriting sponsor for Carolina Week.
Coming up on the February 13th edition of Carolina Week.
The votes are in, and we have your student body president-elect here in the studio.
I'm Andrew Wooden. Coming up, one fraternity has bounced back after a year of controversy.
In sports, the Lady Tar Heels look to continue their ACC success. A day with Virginia is ahead.
Weathercaster Corey Davis will tell us if more rain is on the way.
All that and a political matchup you don't want to miss. Carolina Week starts right now.
From the James F. Goodman Studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, connecting campus and community, this is Carolina Week.
Hello and welcome to the Wednesday edition of Carolina Week. I'm Sarah Huffman.
And I'm Adam Ruth. Thank you for joining us. It's not as intense as a Carolina basketball game, but it can get pretty wild. Aaron Summers has the results of the race for student body president.
Students, supporters, and candidates waited for the election results to come in, body paint and all. The Board of Elections announced the results just after 11 o'clock. It was the news J.J. Rayner had been waiting for.
With 1,403 votes, Kristen Hill. With 1,601 votes, Logan Lyles. And with 3,267 votes, also with a 52% majority, J.J. Rayner.
J.J. Rayner won with 52% of the vote, so for the first time in years, there will be no runoff.
I can't believe that we did it. We were expecting another week of work. I was thinking, how am I going to balance my test on Thursday? This has been amazing.
Rayner is looking forward to the work ahead.
I'm a workaholic. I'm so excited about being able to actually implement the things that we've been talking about.
And apparently we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with that story, but we're joined now by J.J. Rayner here in the studio. Hey, J.J.
JJ, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So, tell the truth. Did you spend last night celebrating or sleeping?
A little bit of both. We went back and got as much junk food from Harris Teeter as we possibly could get, and then sort of vegged out at Michael's apartment, and then I went and slept for 6 hours.
Well, good. You deserve a rest.
JJ, talk to me about sort of what the first thing on your to-do list as student body president is.
To form an administration, we have so much on the platform that we're going to have to get accomplished, and hopefully quickly, because we only have a year. So getting a good administration behind me that can help implement that plan is the first priority for us.
And have you made any decisions about your cabinet members yet?
No, and that was something that we were very constant about throughout the process, was we are not promising positions. Being a member of the campaign does not mean you get a position. We are very open about this because we don't want an insular student government.
Your platform points, a lot of them, we were looking at them earlier, and they're pretty ambitious. Are you a little concerned, be honest now, about whether you might not get as much accomplished as you'd hope?
Well, we only have a year, and so there's always that time crunch sort of weighing in on you. But the good thing is we've already been working on a lot of the most ambitious points. For instance, a lot of the web and technology points we've already been working with Brian Paste on. So.
Well, good. Well, student body president-elect J.J. Rayner, thank you so much for joining us today, and good luck in the future year. Rayner didn't get the only win last night. James Shelley and Pinar Gurel are Carolina's new senior class officers. Last night, Board of Elections Chairman Mitchell Capriglione announced that they won the contest with 52% of the vote. The pair celebrated their victory with supporters in Carroll Hall, where they received the news. Shelley and Gurel campaigned on promises of masquerade socials and scavenger hunts for the class of 2009. They also emphasized the need for better commencement speakers. And here are some other election results. 3 races were uncontested. Cindy Spurlock is the new president of the Graduate and Professional Student Federation. Michael Miller will head the Residence Hall Association, and the new president of the Carolina Athletics Association is Andrew Coonan. Students also passed 5 referendums, including an increase in the safety and security fee and a provision that gives students the power to approve or deny future fee increases.
Students have made their voices heard, and not just in campus elections. After student stores began charging 8 cents for a Scantron and 15 cents for a Blue Book, many of you have made it known that you're unhappy with the change. The main concern is that waiting in line to buy the supplies is taking time students often don't have. Starting this week, the undergrad library is supplying the test-taking tools at no cost. Library officials say they hope you'll take just the materials you need. The library bought only about 5,000 Scantrons and 1,000 Blue Books. Last year, student stores went through 200,000 Blue Books at a cost of nearly $30,000. One man is dead tonight, another behind bars after a shooting in the Northside neighborhood on Tuesday. Police say this man, 28-year-old William Albert Stroud, shot 51-year-old Marshall Ralph Brown in the back after a feud. There's a new twist to this particular incident, and it's similar to a shooting that took place only 2 weeks ago.
As it turned out, we received information later in the afternoon that the suspect in this case, Mr. Stroud, is actually the victim's stepson. So we're not sure exactly, and we never know fully what went wrong in this relationship.
He's referring to a murder at a Carrboro Food Line. In that case, the suspect and victim were also father-in-law and son-in-law. In this case, Stroud is charged with first-degree murder and is in the Orange County Jail.
The Orange County Board of Commissioners is considering a new location for a waste transfer site. The search reopened in November after residents of the Rogers and Eubanks Road area filed a complaint with the Environmental Protection Agency. Members of the board outlined specific criteria for the selection process at a work session Monday night. But some members of the community say the board needs to allow more open discussion with the public.
They're calling for public input, but they're getting what the residents feel like is just, meaningless FaceTime.
If you truly want the input of the people, then they should be a part of the process of saying, this is what we want, this is how it should go.
You can see the guidelines for selecting the location at our website, www.carolinaweek.org. And some of us remember the day when a DTH was nowhere to be found.
And there's one campus group responsible. Coming up, one fraternity has bounced back after a year of controversy.
Let your knowledge grow at the North Carolina Botanical Garden. Through public service, research, conservation, and education. The garden brings North Carolina's rich natural heritage to you. It's a beautiful way to learn.
Daddy, why is the sky blue?
Well, to match your pretty eyes.
Nope, not even close. See, all colors have wavelengths that are diffused by oxygen and nitrogen. Since blue is the shortest wavelength, it's diffused up to 10 times more.
Who taught you that?
Mommy?
By age 12, too many girls lose interest in math and science and their chance at future jobs. Keep her interest alive.
Know why mathematics is the basis of life as we know it?
You tell me.
It's her future. Do the math.
After a brief brush with the law and a year on social probation, a Carolina fraternity is back. Reporter Andrew Wooden has more about Sigma Chi's return to campus.
The assassin strikes again.
Fraternities pride themselves on long traditions of honor, service, and camaraderie. But lurking behind closed doors, hazing incidents point out the negative. Over a year ago, the Honor Court found the brothers of Sigma Chi guilty on 7 hazing charges. Senior pledge trainer Jay Spence says that although it feels good to be back, he's ready for some serious change.
First thing is we try to eliminate the things that got us in trouble in the past. We've definitely tried to really open the communication ways.
Like Spence, Sigma Chi President Bryce Hudson saw an overwhelming obligation to change.
We completely revamped our situation. We completely changed how we did our social events. Tried to be more outgoing, tried to be more talkative, and steer away from the things that got us in trouble last year.
Avoiding trouble has led to 14 new spring pledges. Pledge Class President Alex Kramers is proud to be a Sigma Chi and ready to move forward.
Well, we learned a standard that talks about what kind of person Sigma Chi expects a pledge to be, what kind of brother they want you to be.
And what Sigma Chi expects from its pledges is a strong loyalty to its brothers and the university through various philanthropic efforts like Derby Days.
Now, Sigma Chi is also doing their part for the environment by helping to enforce a 1 paper per student policy across the campus.
Though the brothers can relax with all of the recent improvements, for some like Spence, Kramers, and Hudson, well, this time around, they're determined not to scratch. In Chapel Hill, I'm Andrew Wooden, Carolina Week.
Sigma Chi is holding its first major social event this weekend, and they're preparing for their annual golf tournament later this spring. UNC is becoming more environmentally friendly by the day, and the Greek community is joining the trend. Phi Gamma Delta is starting the push. The house isn't completely green, but has switched to cheaper, more energy-efficient light bulbs, energy-saving washers and dryers, and the brothers have started recycling. The brothers are also using low-pressure shower heads. Outside the house, the fraternity is encouraging bicycle use to prevent gas pollution. Phi Gamma Delta is the first UNC fraternity or sorority to promote conservation.
The 2008 Emerging Issues Forum is spurring renewed discussion about the future of North Carolina's energy resources. U.S. Senator Richard Burr was among the many prominent speakers at this year's event. State and national leaders gathered on the NC State campus to discuss energy efficiency and climate change. The forum drew more than 1,000 people, including UNC Chancellor James Measer. General Electric CEO Jim Emmelt told the crowd that companies can turn environmental green into economic green. A ban to limit smoking on campus is causing more people to use the quad as their ashtray. The ban went into effect January 1st and is turning the area around the flagpole into a dumping ground for cigarette butts. The ban states that smokers have to light up 100 feet away from any campus building, and the quad is one of the few areas that meets those requirements.
John Edwards is out of the presidential race, but his opinion could play a major role in the Democratic nomination. With about 24 delegates separating Democratic hopefuls Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, some analysts say an Edwards endorsement could give one of them the nomination. Clinton met with Edwards last Thursday at his Chapel Hill home. Obama planned a similar meeting on Tuesday, but his campaign had to cancel at the last minute. Longtime Edwards supporter Chase Carter says although the endorsement talk is exciting, it won't influence his decision. Reschedule with Edwards. The presidential race is heating up and voters in both parties can't stop talking about the economy. Our Carla Babb created a questionnaire to test UNC students' economic knowledge. Carla?
That's right, Adam. I'm out here at the pit to find out if what students feel about the economy matches up with the candidates they support.
My name's Aaron, I'm 21, and I'm going to vote for Barack Obama.
My name is Ashley, and I'm 19 years old. I support Barack Obama.
My name's Jocelyn, I'm 19, and I'm supporting Barack Obama.
Hi, my name is Robin, I'm 20 years old, and I'm in support of Obama.
My name is Gus, I'm 21, and I support Barack Obama.
I support John McCain.
My name's Alan, I'm 30 years old, and I'm leaning toward John McCain.
My name is Erica, I'm 19 years old, and I support Hillary Clinton.
My name is Kelsey, I'm 20 years old, and I am supporting Barack Obama.
Aaron debated supporting either Obama or Clinton, and economically, he agreed with Obama and Clinton equally. Erica's support was right on target. You match up with Hillary Clinton.
All right, that's what I'm looking for.
Remember Chantel? She knew her economic base. And Alan was pleased to hear he matched up with McCain.
Oh wow, that's really reassuring.
Reassuring because?
Well, I felt McCain might be too liberal for my taste, but now I guess maybe he's not.
Jocelyn strayed from Obama to a Republican candidate, but she knew exactly why.
I actually had a feeling that would be the case because I tend to be more fiscally and economically conservative while my social views are a little more liberal, so I would definitely vote liberal because if I had to weigh the economic and fiscal views with the social ones, I would definitely think that the social views are more important.
Many Obama supporters shocked themselves by matching with Republican Mike Huckabee.
It surprises me because, I mean, obviously I need to.
But matching with Clinton didn't bother Kelsey.
At least it was extreme.
And with over half the people I asked not matching up with their political candidates, it makes me wonder if the economy matters on this campus or if people just need to do their homework.
Carla, how would someone watching see who they match up with?
Well, they can go to our website to take the questionnaire at www.carolinaweek.org.
All right, Carla Babb reporting in the pit. Thank you.
During Black History Month, we remember those individuals who strove to make a difference, such as Sonia Haynes Stone. She was the director of the Afro-American Studies curriculum at UNC until 1979. The NAACP named her Woman of the Year in 1981. The Stone Center reflects her passion for learning. The center houses the Institute of African American Research and has a library for students who want to read works about the African American experience. Stone died in 1991.
And we're joined now by weathercaster Corey Davis.
So Corey, we've had an icky day today. I hope that that's not going to stick around.
Absolutely. After a dreary Wednesday, are we going to see a lovely Valentine's Day? I'll let you know coming up.
Hey man, what's up? Not a whole lot, man. Just waiting on the bus. How about you?
But you got your bike.
Yeah, so?
How are you gonna do that?
Oh, you can put your bike on the bus. It's easy. I'll show you how.
Oh.
First, pull the rack down. Then, just lift your bike and place the tires in the rack. Finally, lift the lever and snap it into place to hold your bike securely. Chapel Hill Transit, working for you.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to Carolina Week. I'm forecaster Corey Davis with a look at your weather. Well, if you've had to step outside today, surely you've had to deal with the rainfall that's coming down out there. It began late last night and has continued through most of the day today. But as we move through the evening hours, this rain will be moving out of our area, and we'll see a clearing begin starting tomorrow. Those clearing skies will move into our area, and it will actually bring some very nice weather with temperatures above average for this time of year. But by the weekend, we will see a cool down to cooler temperatures, more seasonable temperatures, and we could even see a chance of rain to start next week. Let's start off with a look at our national map, and you see the main feature is this large area of precipitation over the east coast. We're seeing it come down in the form of rainfall, but our friends to the north are seeing some freezing rain and snow out of this system. Well, it'll begin to push on off to the coast thanks largely to high pressure that's settled in over the southern Midwest and parts of Texas, leaving them clear as a bell. And fortunately for us, we'll enjoy this same weather over the next few days. Let's take a closer look at our area now, and you see the rainfall over the triangle and in points south. But notice this bright area of clouds in behind it draped through the Carolinas. That's the back edge of this frontal system, and as it moves through our area, we'll see our chance of rainfall significantly decrease on into later on tonight. Now let's take a look at our surface map now, and you see the reason for the moisture over our area. It's a low pressure system just off the coast of Virginia and Maryland. It'll have a little help moving out of our area thanks to this high pressure right now over the Mississippi Valley. And as we move into Thursday, this high pressure will move into our area, bringing us those drier conditions and clearer skies that right now the Midwest is enjoying. However, we have to turn our attention further to the west at the conditions affecting most of America. We have a cold front draped over the Midwest and a low pressure system over Texas. As we move into Friday, there will be cold air moving in behind this cold front, and we're expecting as we move through the day on Saturday, the southern tip of this cold front will just swipe through our area, cooling us down into temperatures around 40 degrees. Now this system, the low pressure over Texas, will begin to bring in moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. That'll help it develop rainfall, and it'll begin to track towards our area. By the afternoon on Saturday into Sunday, we could actually see some rainfall developing from this system, and we could start our week next week with some rain. Well, let's check out your weekend plans. If you're headed towards the mountains, partly cloudy skies on Saturday with a chance of rain on Sunday. Temperatures won't make it out of the 40s though, so you want to be sure you bundle up in the mountains. Now the beaches is a different story. Beautiful weather on Saturday, and on Sunday we'll see a chance of rain as well. Temperatures struggling to make it above 60, so make sure you keep a sweatshirt handy. However, nice conditions at the beach overall. And in our area this weekend, we'll be enjoying those clear skies for the next few days. By Sunday, we'll see again a chance of rain. But guys, 63 for the high on Friday. That's almost t-shirt weather, so get out and enjoy it.
I'm really looking forward to being outside, just like you suggested. Maybe, after the rain, I think everyone will really need that.
Definitely. I'm ready for classes to be over on Friday to start a good weekend.
Yeah, Friday looks very nice. Corey, thank you very much.
Spring break is just a few weeks away, but there's still hope for some last-minute deals. STA Travel on Franklin Street is geared toward the needs of students. Agents are hard at work to help you get trips booked in these last few weeks. It's simple. Just tell your agent where you'd like to travel and for how long, and you'll receive the best student rates available. SDA Travel will also take your passport picture, so you'll have everything you need for your trip once you get a little extra cash from mom and dad. And now we're joined by sportscaster Walter Storholt.
Walter, the men's basketball team has had entirely too many nail biters for me in the last couple of weeks.
Well, you might be right, but they've been a lot of fun, that's for sure, and thus is life in the ACC. Coming up in sports, with one of Carolina's key players still out of the lineup, see who's been stepping up for the Tar Heels.
Awaken your creativity. Do your thing at the Art School at the Art Center in Carborough.
Impossible. When you open a book, you can explore new lands, meet new friends, and discover new adventures. There are amazing possibilities when you open your mind to reading. You can log onto the Library of Congress website and let the journey begin.
Last night marked the third consecutive nail-biter without Ty Lawson. Sports reporter Sarah Moore takes a look at Carolina's strategy during this stretch.
The first opponent UNC faced without point guard Ty Lawson was arch rival Duke. Despite enthusiasm from the fans and extra fight from the players, the Heels couldn't pull out a win. Toward the end, Carolina started closing the gap, but it wasn't enough. Fast forward to Sunday, and the Heels are still missing Lawson.
We're struggling a little bit with injuries, as you know, for sure. Bobby, Ty, Marcus sprained his ankle in the first half. They taped it and put a brace on it, and he was just really laboring out there.
Without Lawson and Fraser, everyone else was forced to step up. But that didn't seem so easy. The Heels trailed the Clemson Tigers until only 19 seconds remained in regulation. Wayne Ellington knocked down 28 points and played for 47 minutes. Tyler Hansbrough, who also played for 47 minutes, had 39 points on the night. Without Psycho T, the Heels would have been in big trouble.
Tyler Hansbrough, how about sprinting down the court, knocking the ball loose and diving on the ball. I don't know how much longer I'm going to coach him. I'd like to coach that big sucker about 13 more years.
But it wasn't only the top scorers who won the game for Carolina. Quentin Thomas might have scored only 6 points, but they all came at the right time. It was these free throws that kept the Heels in the game during the first overtime.
Q did just a really, really good job for us.
In the second overtime, the Heels secured a safe lead and an NCAA record. This was the 53rd consecutive time UNC beat Clemson in Chapel Hill. In Tuesday's game against Virginia, Ty Lawson was still unavailable and the Heels were still struggling. Carolina finished the first half strong with an 8-0 run, but the second half wasn't as pretty. With 21 seconds to play, Hansbrough came through with this sweet move to put the Heels up 75-71. But Sean Singletary answered with this three for the Cavaliers with 8.2 seconds left to get Virginia close again. The Heels pulled out the win 75-74. With Ty Lawson, these games probably would have been a little less stressful. In Chapel Hill, I'm Sarah Moore, Carolina Week Sports.
Coach Williams hasn't said whether Lawson will play against Virginia Tech in Chapel Hill on Saturday. The men's basketball team might have pulled out a win against Virginia, but can the women's team do the same? The women will travel to Charlottesville Friday to take on the Wahoos, and heading into the game, the Heels are on a 5-game winning streak after beating opponents like Maryland and Duke. Carolina will look to LaToya Pringle for senior leadership and a lot of points in Friday's game. Zatara DeGraffenreid will also be key in UNC's strategy. The ACC named this Freshman Rookie of the Week and Player of the Week. The Heels need DeGraffenreid to keep up the momentum against Virginia. And UNC baseball is gearing up for the season opener, but this year it won't be the same in the familiar Boshamer Stadium. The Tar Heels are getting used to a new field because Boshamer is under construction. UNC heads to the USA Baseball Complex in Cary. The Heels are preseason ranked number 2 and returning several key players, including Freshman of the Year Dustin Ackley. After finishing second in the College World Series last year, they look forward to a fresh start in the season opener against Florida Atlantic. The Heels' first home game of the year is February 26th against Old Dominion. And Adam, I'll tell you what, 2 second-place finishes in a row, 2 consecutive years for the Tar Heels. Maybe the third you'll be the charm for the championship.
Yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm really excited about baseball season. I love baseball season, but I'm really upset that we're not going to be in the Bosch this year. I just don't know if it's going to be the same.
Yeah, unfortunately, it'll be in Cary, but if people are willing to make the trip out there, it should still be a very good season.
Yeah, I'm willing to make the trip, so we'll have to
Thank
see
you,
it.
Walter. Okay, guys, do you have your flowers and chocolate yet?
If you're like me, you've got some work to do. Coming up, we'll give you a tip about where you can get something sweet for your sweetheart.
A day in the life of Chapel Hill Greenways, brought to you by Chapel Hill Parks and Recreation.
Hey, sir. How's it going? Good.
For more information, please call 919-968-2784 or pick up a map at any town facility.
If you have a story idea, contact Carolina Week at 843-8292. You can also visit us online at carolinaweek.org. If you have questions about this program, write Carolina Week at Campus Box 3365, UNCCH, Chapel Hill, North Carolina, 27599.
Recycling a glass bottle saves enough energy to run the TV you're watching for 1 full hour. Recycle. It's the everyday way to save the world. Recycling all our Sunday papers would save over 500,000 trees a week. Recycle. It's the everyday way to save the world. Making a can from recycled aluminum instead of from raw materials reduces air pollution by 95%. Recycle. It's the everyday way to save the world.
Managers at one store on Franklin Street know how busy the second week in February can be. Valentine's Day is tomorrow, and the employees at Chapel Hill Florist are hard at work, filling orders which include stuffed animals, chocolate, and of course, flowers. Whether customers order in the store, by phone, or through the internet, each order takes time and effort. With thousands of flowers ready for delivery, the store owner looks forward to cashing in on a flower lover's holiday.
And what better way to say I love you than by giving your Valentine a new puppy or kitten from the local animal shelter. Here's this week's featured pet. Meet Bullet, a 1-year-old beagle. He's an energetic puppy who loves toys. He might not be as well behaved as the beagle that won Westminster's Best in Show last night, but he still knows how to strike a pose. He came to the shelter about a week ago, and now he's looking for a home that has lots of toys to play with. For more information about how you can adopt Bullet or any of the other animals at the shelter, visit our website, carolinaweek.org.
Students are being exposed to gender discrimination this week, and it's not by accident. During the lunch rush in the pit, students from the Carolina V-Day initiative are selling baked goods. The catch? Men must pay 25 cents more per item than women do, reflecting America's gender wage gap. Students can also buy t-shirts and tickets to the Vagina Monologues, showing this weekend. Proceeds from the sale go to the Orange County Rape Crisis Center and the Family Violence Prevention Center. And I don't know about you, but I'm like every other girl, and I love chocolates and flowers, and I do hope I get some tomorrow.
Forget the flowers, I just want the chocolate.
Well, that does it for this edition of Carolina Week.
Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.